Hey YouTube, welcome to Griffin Grills. I am Griffin, and today we're going to be cold smoking some cheese on the Weber kettle. We're also going to be using the full baskets that came with the Weber to hold our wood chips. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and let me know down in the comments what's the weirdest thing that you've ever smoked in your grill or offset. So let's go ahead and head down and take a look at the cheese and what we got to work with, and we'll do that right now. Alright, so here we are down at the table, and I took 2 blocks of extra sharp cheddar cheese along with 1 block of Colby and 1 block Monterey Jack. And the first thing you want to do is half the blocks of cheese so that you get a smaller square, and that's going to help the smoke to permeate the cheese a little better. And it also makes it a nice gift size if you want to give these away as gifts right now with the holidays. The trick to doing the cold smoke is obviously you got to get it cold. If the temperature reaches above 90 degrees in your cooker, it will melt the cheese. You can avoid that by getting cheeses with higher melting points, but a general safe rule, we want to stay below 90 degrees and just have a light smoke to give us a flavor, not really to add any heat. So what I'm going to be using today is the baskets that came with my Weber Performer, and I just put tinfoil in the bottom there. And I did try this already, a little test run with just chips in it and no cheese to see if I could maintain the temperatures that I'm going to need for the cook, and that seemed to work out just fine. So now that we've got this ready to go, we're going to load up our basket with some cherry wood chips, and I'm going to use a mini torch, kind of like what you would use for creme brulee, and that's going to start my chips burning, and then we're just going to stop with it and let that low smoke take over. You will be smoking the cheese for about 2 to 3 hours as desired. If you don't like the color after a couple hours, let it go for another hour and just keep an eye on it. You really want to just make sure the main thing is you keep your temperatures below 90 degrees. So let's head out to the grill and start the setup, and we'll be out there in just a minute. Alright, so here we are outside at the grill. I've got my basket loaded down with coals. I do apologize about the light, but we are having to film this at night because the temperature is a crisp 28 degrees. And doing a cold smoke, keeping those temperatures below 90, we really want to let the cold environment work in our favor. That's why typically cold smoking is better done in the winter time when you have the colder weathers to aid in helping those temperatures to stay low. So we're just going to take our torch that we got, a little mini torch, and we're just going to light the end of the basket. And I like to use this one here because it has a little bit of a lock on it, so you can lock it open with a flame. And we're just going to get this wood started. And we're going to take both of the probes, the meat and the barbecue, from our ThermoPro, and we're going to leave those sitting in there so we can get a temperature reading. That was one of the tricks that was kind of tricky with this kind of a cook, was keeping those temperatures down low, because the ThermoPro wants to read that it's too low to cook, but it doesn't know that I'm cold smoking. We're going to start off with our vents all the way open at the top, and also all the way open at the bottom. Once we start watching those temperatures, if they start creeping up a little too high, that's when we'll come in and we'll shut the vents down. But I think it's going to be kind of hard to keep the temperatures from getting too out of control, seeing as how our only fuel source is just some burning wood chips. Shouldn't get away from us too much, but we will keep an eye on it. Alright, so here we are back inside. The cheese has just come off the smoker. I started it about 9 o'clock and it's about 12 o'clock now, so we've got about 3 hours of good cherry smoke on this cheese. So we're just going to wrap it up in some plastic wrap. You can also vacuum seal it, and that might help to seal in some of the flavor, but we're just working with what we got today. We'll have to come back next week and try this. It needs to sit in the refrigerator for at least 7 days to help that smoke kind of permeate the cheese. So I'm gonna get this wrapped up and we'll get it in the fridge, and we'll see you next week for a taste test and see how it turned out. Alright, so we're back inside after smoking the cheese. I do apologize about the video. I know I didn't post one last week because this one was actually a two-parter. We had to let the cheese sit in the refrigerator for up to 7 days for that smoke to finish permeating the outside layer. So we're going to go down right now and look and see what we've got, and I'll give you my final opinions and do taste tests on all the cheese to see which ones we preferred the best. Alright, so here we are with our cheeses. We got our Colby Jack right here. The extra sharp cheddar I did get into last night just because I was curious. And then the Monterey Jack on the end there has the wider center. You can definitely see that not much changed with the Colby and the extra sharp cheddar. A little bit darker on the outside, but where you really notice the difference is on the Monterey Jack. You got that white interior with a almost mahogany color on the outside. I'm guessing that was from the cherry wood chips that I used. But we're gonna go ahead and try these real quick. And the Colby has a very rich texture to it. A little bit of smoke hint on it. The cheddar, we're gonna go ahead and try that one. Now I think the cheddar picked up the most smoke flavor. I don't know if that was because it was extra sharp cheddar, but you can definitely tell a pronounced smoke flavor in the cheddar. And now we're going to try the Monterey Jack. Still has a smoky texture, but the creaminess of that Monterey Jack really makes for a great pairing. I think personally, out of the three of these, my two favorite would be the extra sharp and the Monterey. Some people in my house aren't real big on the smoky flavor, so they weren't real crazy about the heavier smoke flavor. But that's always something you can tune up. I smoked this for 3 hours, so if you don't want a heavy smoke flavor, try it for an hour and a half or an hour and just see what you think. Tweak the recipe around however you like. But these would make great holiday gifts, or put them together with a meat and cracker tray, like some smoked summer sausage. It'd be a good flavor for that. And it just makes great gifts for the holidays, especially when you cut the blocks in half and they're about the size of a bar of soap. But this was our video today. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That would help me out greatly. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're still here, go ahead and put down in the comments, what's the weirdest thing you've ever smoked before? I think by far cheese is the weirdest thing I've smoked. And when I even told people about the video that I was coming up with, they asked me, you know, how do you smoke cheese? So it can be done. This turned out, I think, pretty well, but I'll let you try it and see what you think. But yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Drop your comments below, weirdest things you smoked or things you would like to see on this channel smoked. Go ahead and leave all those. Like, share with your friends, get it all through social media. We do have a Griffin Grills page on Facebook, and we are on Instagram now, so go ahead and check that out. And we greatly appreciate this, and y'all have a wonderful day.